What's up, guys? Simone Fan 101 here, and this is my first, even before I didn't have this, but this is my first Ring of Honor wrestling review, so I hope you enjoy. By the way I watch Ring of Honor through my, the channel that not the channel, but the website that I watch, it's released 2 days after it originally aired, which was a Saturday. And the video or the thing came up Monday night, pretty much right after Raw ended. So I usually have to review Raw first. So I wasn't able to get to it yesterday, but I got to it this morning. And now let's begin. Thank God Ring of Honor's 1 hour. It makes this review a lot easier, the fact that I don't have to rush at the end. I hate when I have to do that. Okay, so in the beginning match, Jay White faced Will Ferrara in what was, in my opinion, a pretty good match. Not necessarily a great match, but we haven't had too many opportunities to see Jay White or Will Ferrara perform at a certain level that we can enjoy. Because at times they were job guys, especially Will Ferrara, as I think he was like a couple weeks ago. Pretty good match here. Pretty much beat all the matches on Raw except for maybe Cesaro and Sheamus. But this was a pretty darn good match. Well, not a pretty darn good match, but a nice solid match, I should say. I'm thinking of the main event. Jay White beat Will Ferrara with the... Oh God, what's it... It's almost like a Michinoku driver, except it's like a well, I don't know what they called it, but the name was fucking weird. I forget what they called it, but it was basically a variation of the Michinoku driver. So Jay White won. Pretty good match. I want to see more of these guys in the future. I want to see more of White and more Ferrara on a certain level. Going for the TV championship, going for the tag team belts, doing something. I just want to see, more of them. After the match was over, we got news that Katsuyori Shibata from New Japan is coming to Ring of Honor at Death Before Dishonor, which is one of the Ring of Honor's oldest and most well-known quote-unquote pay-per-view events. By the way, Death Before Dishonor, I hope to review it. It airs August 19th, if I'm not mistaken. That's a day before Takeover Brooklyn, and 2 days before SummerSlam. So yeah, there's that. But so that's going to be a fun wrestling weekend. Friday is going to be awesomeness. Friday is going to be awesomeness of Ring of Honor. Saturday, likewise, for NXT. And Sunday for the main roster for WWE. So, fun weekend it's going to be. I'm going to have my hands full with reviews, aren't I? Fuck. So anyways, yeah. From what they announced, it's going to be Katsuyori Shibata versus the real man of professional wrestling, Silas Young. It's been a while since I've seen Young in action, though from what I hear, he's still pretty good. So a match between him and Shibata should be, at the very least, pretty darn good, if not great. So here's hoping to a good match between Shibata and Young. The next, we had a segment. It was apparently Bobby Fish, one half of the tag team Red Dragon, is supposed to have... It has a segment called the Fish Tank, like a talking segment. The Cutting Edge, Talk is Jericho, The Peep Show. God, that last one sounds horrible. Sorry, Christian. Miz TV, Piper's Pit, those kind of talk segments. Bobby Fish's talking segment is the Fish Tank, which is hilarious because, God, that name. But Mark Briscoe, who is going to be his opponent for the TV champion as the Bobby Fish is the television champion, or should I say world television champion, Mark Briscoe came out and made his own segment called, what was it called? Oh shit. got a notebook here. The Chicken Shack. Yeah, that knowing Mark Briscoe and his personality, yeah, that's probably something he'd come up with. So he invited Bobby Fish to the show. Guess it's supposed to be his segment, I guess. And he asked him a few questions. I'm trying to remember this because I just saw the show earlier today. I'm trying to remember as best I can. The first question was, God, what was the questions? I know one of the questions was it true that you basically banged or married a midget while in Las Vegas? And of course, Bobby, I was about to say Bobby Roode. Sure shit ain't Bobby Roode. Bobby Fish said, remember, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Smart man Bobby Fish is. Don't screw yourself over like that. There was another question here that really made the crowd go, ooh. I forget what it is, though. I forget what it is. And by the way, it's my Switchblade. I like to play with it. I forget what the question was. Although the reaction I got was, Bobby Fish is a smart man. He is. Bobby Fish, dumbass name maybe, but yeah, do not think he's stupid. He's smarter than you think. So, segment pretty much ended when Fish insulted Mark Briscoe. Briscoe got all pissed off, and Fish walked away. And by the way, he was wearing a suit and sunglasses the entire segment, making his best Bobby Roode impression from last Wednesday. Yeah. So, now I'm possibly looking forward to the match. Bobby Fish is a pretty good wrestler. Mark Briscoe, he's a good wrestler. But Bobby Fish is really good. So I hope they have a pretty damn good match here. The next segment was just a brief backstage segment between the former Bad Influence, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. Now they're called The Addiction. Pretty much talking trash about the Motor City Machine Guns, who have recently, in the last few months, have reunited. Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley. I haven't looked at the card yet, but if I had to guess, the match at Death Before Dishonor is going to be The Addiction versus the Motor City Machine Guns for the titles. My money's on the Machine Guns. I'm hoping they win. They lost last time, and they should win, but they should win this time. Win before they get old, or not old, but the Ring of Honor fans perceive them as losers. So, last thing of the night was Jay Lethal versus defending his Ring of Honor championship against Colt Cabana. This is a rematch from their Global Wars show, which the match was somewhat ruined by the finish, which was Adam Cole joining the Bullet Club, the Young Bucks, and then just rampaging on the main event because Adam Cole plays a very good douchebag, and I'll get to Adam Cole in a second. As far as the match goes, good match, pretty good match. Definitely the match of the night. I thought that it was enjoyable. It was a lot of fun. Was it the greatest? Was it a great match? No, maybe not. But it was certainly a very good match, and I'm actually kind of glad to see Colt Cabana again, because I've only seen Colt Cabana from his early days to when he left Ring of Honor, and I believe it was 2011, 2012. And I believe it was 2011. And then he had the title feud with Adam Pearce, who is now pretty much retired in WWE as a backstage person. That NWA title feud, that got Cabana over big time. So, and I'm glad to see Colt Cabana again in the limelight, because I don't know why he left Ring of Honor for those 5 years. Someone explain to me. If I'm missing something, someone explain to me why he left for 5 years. Was it of his own fruition? Was it because he wanted to go somewhere else? Or was it, problems with management? Because I know Kenny King left for TNA for a few years. immediately after he won the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles back in 2012. So yeah, Jay Lethal won. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot to mention. Last week, Jay Lethal got his head shaved by Adam Cole after 2 weeks ago when Nigel McGuinness said that Adam Cole will never again get another Ring of Honor title shot ever again. And that was in retaliation due to an attack on Kyle O'Reilly. The fact that O'Reilly got a Ring of Honor title shot before, Cole did. So, yeah. So last week in retaliation to that, Adam Cole shaved Jay Lethal's head. He looked good here in terms of the physical appearance, but I have to admit, it did look kind of weird not seeing Jay Lethal with the dreadlocks. Jay Lethal had dreadlocks for the longest time. For the longest time, he had dreadlocks, so it looked really weird to see him bald with just a small beard. But he looked good here. Cabana, I think he needs to slim down just a little bit. Maybe it's just his age or something. I don't know. But anyways, so Jay Lethal won after a second lethal injection. Yeah, I didn't think he needed to use 2 lethal injections as far as the booking of the match goes. So yeah, Adam Cole came out. Actually, no. First, Jay Briscoe called out Nigel McGuinness, who was on commentary, and said, "Look, I don't care. I want revenge. I want Adam Cole, and give him a title shot if it means facing him." McGuinness said no. Adam Cole came out thinking it was all just an act because Adam Cole is a giant prick. Out of all the pricks in WWE right now, not WWE, but of all the pricks in wrestling right now, Adam Cole is probably the biggest. Kudos to Colt for making us hate him so much. So, after back and forth jaw-jacking, McGuinness finally caved into both wrestlers, and Adam Cole got his Ring of Honor title shot at Death Before Dishonor. Overall, a pretty good show, much better than both Raw and SmackDown the last 2 nights. Will it be as good as the Cruiserweight Classic or as NXT? Maybe, maybe not. Or WCPW as well. Maybe, maybe not. Anyways, with that said, pretty good show. Check out both matches if you can. If you can, just check out the whole show. It's a pretty good show. You will not find yourself bored. So with that said, guys, I'll see you later with my NXT review as well as the recap of the last 4 weeks of the Cruiserweight Classic and the Cruiserweight Classic review of this week. So until then, guys, ta-ta.